Hello, Kirby World. Randy McCurry and
Mark Kilo.
coming to you from the world headquarters in Cleveland, Ohio.
This day right now, it's New Year's Eve. This is live, and it is December the 31st. How about them Browns?
How about how about them Eagles? We have a special guest with us right now. All right. And he's going to be talking to us in a couple moments. All right. Before we get to him, we do want to talk quickly about phase 3 of Kirby Life Blitz. You've been listening to us. You know what we're going to say. Get those Kirby Life people into a recruiting class. You're going to receive the mug, the Kirby Life mug. Bring 2 people in, whether they graduate or not, a Kirby Life autographed football, and you go into a drawing for that $500 American Express gift card.
Who couldn't use that right
Who
now?
couldn't use that right now?
$500. And that's ending on the 5th of the month, so let's get them in.
Right.
Kirby Lifes.
But we do have a special guest with us today coming from Kingsport, Tennessee, our distributor. Would you like to introduce him?
I would. Very dear friend of mine, Ricky Jacobs from Kingsport, Tennessee, who was a Golden Circle Distributor last year. And we're very excited to say that he's an all-around good guy, and he's an Eagles fan. So I guess we should start out by saying, how about those Eagles, Ricky?
We'll give you a quick minute to talk about the Eagles.
What's that? A couple minutes to talk about the Eagles?
Start your Eagles.
Hey, you know what, Randy? It's just like Kirby. You know, when you do the basic stuff, you have a lot of success. Run the ball, play defense, just the basics.
Right.
You know,
make the sale.
Yeah, you have great success, and they've had great success just doing the basics.
Well, congratulations on that. But we do have some questions for you to answer for the whole Kirby world to hear. So we're going to start off with Mark.
Let's get started here, Ricky. We appreciate you again being with us. You remember when you were a Golden Circle Distributor, the big question is, what do you feel the main contributing factor in really propelling you to become a Golden Circle Distributor?
There's really a few things, actually. And I think all are equally as important. Number one is, have belief in yourself. I really think that's probably the biggest one. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you won't. So many years before we did it, it wasn't something that, I had that I was going to be a Golden Circle Distributor. I wasn't, putting a lot of good information up here, so believing in yourself. And so that was, to me, that was probably the biggest thing. Recruiting 52 weeks, that was a huge part of it. And then the third thing was just me being in the field 6 days a week. I missed a lot of stuff. I sacrificed a lot of things, to achieve that. And so I think really the culmination of those three things, that's the biggest thing, and being disciplined. But, there's a lot of different things, but I think those three were the most important. I didn't get executivitis. I was in the field. And
well, it's kind of, I don't mean to interrupt you, Ricky, but I've been at your office, and I don't even think you have a desk. I think that your organization, you have a large sales meeting room, and like you said, those three things right there: believing in yourself, staying in the field with your people, and recruiting are what you got your Gold Circle. That's awesome.
Yeah, I actually share my office with my office is in the stock room number 1. I love looking at all the Kirbys all day. It make you positive, right? Whenever I'm in here, but I don't spend much time here. So, for me, the fancy office wasn't something that I was worried about. I've got my office, but I don't spend much time in it.
Right.
Only when I got to talk to you two good looking guys.
We appreciate that. And another question, we talk about selling as being a learned skill, and that no one's a born salesperson. And I've been in your morning meetings. You're on great morning meetings. So when you're running your teams, when you're in the field 6 days a week with your teams, what do you do to help a dealer focus on how to grow through that learning curve and to put them on a program to get promoted?
I think that, one of the things I learned was the sandwich. So I inspect what I expect, and when I come out of the house with the dealer, tell them something that they did good, and then I tell them what needed improvement, where we could improve, and then I finish that up with more compliments and more of the you got this, you can do this, encouragement. So it was what they did good, something they need to improve on, and then encouraging and kind of just holding them accountable to, hey, we talked about this. If you want to be good and successful and keep taking steps forward, you got to keep doing the things that we're talking about, and we can't have to learn something 10 times. We just got to figure it out and learn new things, not have to keep learning the same thing over and over.
Very well said, Ricky. Hey, listen, another quick question for you. To be a Golden Circle distributor, as you well know, you have to develop some strong team leaders and a solid distributor training network. So I guess the question would be, and because you're out in the field, I'm sure it's easier for you to do this. However, how do you develop team leaders, and how do you keep them focused on ultimately becoming a distributor trainee?
Well, I guess the big thing, Mark, would be leading by example, not the do as I say, not as I do. I don't tell them what to do. I go out there and I show them, and and then we talk about it a lot. Like, once you figure this out, this is where you really figure out, like, you're running a mini office on wheels. And once you figure this out, the next level is for you to have your own office and to recruit your own people. And we talk about it, I let them know that, there's nothing special about Ricky Jakob. I just go to work. That's how I've got everything that I have. That's how I've achieved everything that I have in the Kirby business is roll my sleeves up and go to work. I'm out there with the guys. I'm going in houses, closing deals. I take over demos, whatever I have to do. And then, always whenever I come out, I ask what they learn, and they know if they want to ride on my team, they better be paying attention when I come in. So that way they do learn. So every time they come out, what'd you learn? What'd you get out of there? What are you going to do different? Just, so really, like I said, showing them, but also talking about it and making sure that, that they're understanding.
So you do a lot of education in the field while you're doing it. Well, I think it's why you're developing a lot of people, which is positive. And last question for you, sir. We really appreciate the time you took from your organization to spend time with us and to talk to Kirby World and stuff. A question we've asked a lot of other people right now, year-end growth workshops, and like to get different answers from them. But right now, you mentioned a word just a few moments ago about discipline, all right, which I think is a big part of Kirby. But what's the best advice you can give to someone in Kirby right now who wants to become an FD? If you were going to sit down in every organization, they said, Mr. Jakob, I want to become an FD. What's the best advice you can give them on how they're going to do that?
Show up. Be receptive. Be there to listen, to learn. Do what has to be done when it has to be done, the best that can be done, and do it that way every time.
Well said.
Very well said, sir.
If you'd like to close us out, Mr.
Number one, I'd like to thank you for being with us today, and we wish you a very, very happy new year. Going to see you at the We'll see you at the GLC in a couple weeks in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
So can't wait. That's the GLC. The GLC is one of the big factors that changed my life and that helped propel us from 1,200 to 2,400. Doubled our business the very next year. That was after my first GLC.
Absolutely. And that's where we're going with that. So it's important to be everywhere all the time and to do everything right. Very well said. A pleasure to have you with us. Happy New Year again. I think at this point, what we like to say is we are
positive
and we are
out.